A very warm welcome to the 2013 Golden State Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship game. At stake tonight, a coveted ticket to Kansas City and the 2013 NAIA Basketball Championship Tournament. Welcome inside, everyone. A warm welcome. Alan Hopkins alongside NBA legend Michael Cage. And Michael, all the conditioning, all the regular season is behind us. Now it's winning time, and for these two teams, an opportunity to punch a ticket to the championship. That's what's at stake tonight.
Well, that's true, and it's a number 3 seed against a number 4 seed. Number 1 and number 2 got ousted over the weekend, so you know it's going to be a lot at stake. Gets the automatic bid to the NAIA National Championships.
Well, Michael, for Arizona Christian, it's been a year of first. A first-year head coach, first year as a member of the Golden State Athletic Conference, and their first ever GSAC title game appearance. Talk about setting the bar very high. One of the big reasons why they're here, Talib Ukda.
Well, Ukda, he's a sensational scorer. You know, he scored big-time points in just 9 games, averaging 18 points a game, 36 assists in the first 9 games. He can shoot it from anywhere on the floor. He's very exciting.
He's been outstanding for Arizona Christian, who are new to this. For Concordia, well, they've been there and they've done that. The defending national champions have gone through the proverbial ups and downs, Michael, but they have momentum and confidence. And a big reason why they're all GSAC forward, Mr. Downs.
Well, he's a big body. He's going to post up big inside. He's averaging 16 points a game. Number 1 rebounder in the GSAC at just over 10 a game. They're going to go inside to him early and often, and certainly you want to see them get the ball to him right away and play through him to establish it, because this is kind of like a home game for them.
These two teams split 2 very close, 2 very high-scoring games during the regular season. The third game promises to be just as good, with a ticket to the National Basketball Tournament on the line. When we come back, tip-off from CU Arena in Irvine, the Golden State Athletic Conference Championship game. Stay with us.
She stands in the face of evil and will not lose hope or faith. America, the land of freedom, is still the home of the brave. So raise the banner, call no glory. Let us join our fellow man. History will write the story. America will always stand. History will write the story. America will always stand.
Welcome back inside CU Arena on the campus of Concordia University, Irvine, getting set for this Golden State Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship game. Let's get you to the starters for both teams. Concordia playing at home, wearing the road green. Smith, Downs, as Michael talked about, a big post player. Harris, Simpson, and Rude round out the starting 5. For Concordia, Arizona, the number 3 seed in the tournament. First time they've ever gotten this far in their first year in the conference. They have a very good, talented 5. We talked about Ukda as well, Jordan Block, Charles King, A.J. Koch, all very sound players. 3 versus 4 for the automatic berth in the 2013 NAIA Basketball Championship in Kansas City. the rubber match, if you will. These two teams split the regular season. And Concordia have the ball first.
Right now, ACU is in their signature man-to-man defense to open up the game. They're very physical. They're going to push you to the outer side because they know that Concordia is a very good three-point shooting team, Allen. #1 in the GSAC, so you don't want to have them get any easy looks early in the game.
First
as they just
three,
did.
Michael is good.
And you know, you talk about what a psychological boost that is for the #1 three-point shooting team in the GSAC. Work the ball around, be patient, draw and kick off the dribble, and get the open three with a little bit of pressure.
Cope, 4-year player for Arizona Christian, ended up finding Jackson Helms, cleared by Downs. Pushed ahead, the leak out, and dunk! Tim Harris, the St. Mary's College transfer, makes it 5-0 early for the Concordia Eagles.
Well, you know, that's Eagle basketball. They want to push the rock. They're averaging 84 points a game. Once again, Allen, that's #1 in the GSAC. Anytime you can get those transition buckets, that's going to be huge for them, but a big problem for ACU.
Simpson picks up the loose ball, turnover Arizona Christian. Smith to Downs, working on the block. Dump down low to Simpson, he goes up. Too hard off the glass, cleared by Jackson Helms.
Look like a little shove in the back there. Officials are going to let them play. They know how physical play is here in the GSAC, allowing a little early contact before they start reeling it in. I got no problem with that, Allen, because I'm a big man. Let the big fellas play.
Here's Talib Ukta, Detroit, Michigan native. His 10th game since being eligible, and he's been outstanding. A regular stat stuffer. Ukta drives, kicks, Cope off the back iron, up high. And Ukta tracks down the loose ball. Arizona, fresh shot clock. Cope hard to the rack, weaves and achieves for Arizona Christian's first two.
And that came off a missed three, which they want to take also. ACU, as they are the #2 three-point shooting team in the GSAC. Got a loose ball, they kicked it out, and got a layup off of that.
Here's Downs, going to work again, draws the double, and draws the first foul of tonight's championship game.
I like what happened on the plays. You see right away they're going twice in back-to-back possessions inside to the big man, Dakota Downs. And keys to the game for them is to protect the glass and perimeter defense. Because you know both these teams can shoot the ball very well, but you have to rebound the basketball.
First free throw by Downs is good, and to further your point, Michael, Arizona Christian led the conference in total rebounds and grabbed 12 offensive boards per contest as you take us through Arizona Christian's keys to the game.
That first one was really important, Allen, right there. You saw him knock down Concordia on that first possession, defending the arc, and then handling the pressure. They're playing, this is basically a home game for Concordia. They're going to have to be able to deal with the pressure of this crowd. This is their first time in the championship game. Downs,
who converted the pair on the other end, gets called for the block on the defensive end. 7-2 early, Concordia lead. Season series, one game apiece. Arizona Christian, in their very first ever GSAC game, beat the defending national champions 84-82. And then just 10 days ago, Concordia returned the favor, winning 91-88 right here in overtime. Ukta, the three. Too hard. Good rebound. Track down. Nothing good, though, from block.
Once again, Arizona Christian is getting to the backboard, starting to get those extra possessions, which are going to be huge, especially, you know this is going to be a high-scoring game in which the momentum right now is in favor of Concordia.
Harris going to work. Good up and under. Too strong, the floater gets his own. Too hard for Downs, who was cutting to the basket.
Well, you'd like to see him take that shot. He rebounded his own shot. You got to be able to finish that. Those point-blank passes are tough to handle.
We look at the tail of the tape, and these two teams, as Michael mentioned, the top two scoring teams in the conference, and The one stat to keep an eye on, Concordia, an excellent three-point shooting team, one of the best in the conference. In fact, first in the conference, the best three-point field goal defensive team, the men in white from Arizona Christian. Good cut down low, and the acrobatic attempt from Charles King, the junior from Houston, gives him a trip to the free throw line.
Just to add to what you were saying there, Alan, I mean, these two teams are evenly matched. I mean, they're averaging 84 points a game, Concordia, pretty much 80 points a game by Arizona Christian. I mean, you've got to, boy, I'm telling you, it's going to come down to possessions, rebounding the basketball, which Arizona Christian has been able to do a couple of times to get those extra possessions, and in the transition defense, who can get out and get those easy baskets and those open threes.
As you look,
man, that is just amazing right there,
Very.
how similar they are. I mean, you can literally switch logos and they would still be okay with the numbers.
King splits the pair. Arizona Christian, the top free throw shooting team in the conference. Long three attempt off the mark from DeLon Frazier, who's checked in. Frazier was instrumental in Concordia's three-point upset victory of the #1 seed Westmont Warriors. He wants to try it again, and he's 1 from 2 early on. That's exactly what he brings off the bench.
When you're the #1 three-point shooting team in the league, you're going to get those kind of shots, and they are knocking them down early. And these loose rebounds, as Udoh is not able to finish.
The block is. How about second chance points right there for the Firestorm?
And that's 4 straight possessions where Arizona Christian has been able to get on the offensive glass. 2 have led to opportunities for them to score.
And this will be our first media timeout. Peter Smith fouled in the act on the floor. 10-5 early Concordia. Michael Cage, a rebounding machine in his day, has to appreciate the effort by Block, getting Arizona Christian into this game.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that'll bring the trauma. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach, what you turn the other
Ma'am,
cheek.
you forgot your purse.
You don't know how worried I was. Thank you very much.
Honesty. Pass it on.
Nice move, kid. Donut?
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to Irvine on the campus of Concordia University. Irvine, the defending NAIA national champions, doubling up Arizona Christian early on. And let's take a look at a profile of Concordia, and you see the rich heritage recently in terms of championships. In this past fall, they were the women's volleyball champions, defending men's basketball champions, and Michael focusing it here, 5-game winning streak, catching fire at the exact right time, as they've also won 8 of their last 10, getting momentum at the right time.
And, just to add, Alan, also averaging almost 90 points a game. I mean, that's NBA level. You're talking about a 40-minute college game, 90 points a game. Wow, that's impressive.
Hard is another look from Frazier. He was 4 of 5 from 3 in that win over Westmont.
Most people would say that's a bad shot, but if you're Concordia, you're very happy with that because they will launch them and not be shy about it because they are #1 in the GSAC in three-point field goal percentage.
Good work by Helms. Mason Jones is checked in wearing 0 for Arizona Christian. Under 10 on the shot clock. Coke's got to make his own. Being hounded by Frazier. Desperation heave. Ooh, had a chance. One-handed rebound. And that was great work by Mike Navarre, the freshman from Chino, who's checked in and done a good job already making an impact on the rebounding end of things.
I tell you, one of the big concerns I had for Concordia coming to this game tonight was rebounding the basketball, and they have not done a very good job. 5 straight possessions where they've given up offensive rebounds, and 3 have led to points.
Block checks back in, replaces Ukda, gotten off to a slow start.
And that offensive rebounding by Arizona Christian is actually keeping them in this game.
And the free throw shooting, which has propelled them throughout the entire course of the season, helping them here as they're down only 3.
Both teams are staying the man-to-man, but right now Arizona Christian is in like a 2-3 matchup zone defense.
Concordia has gone cold. Block, rebounds, and pushes, looking ahead. Spins. Oh, that's pretty. He gets the roll. 10-9.
That was just a nice basketball play, being able to get up, rebound the basketball. When you have a forward that can do that, go coast to coast and finish in the paint, that's going to be a tough guard.
Blocked 6th in the conference in points per game at 15, also averaging over 6.5 boards per contest, and he contributed to the stat line in each there.
Well, he had 24 in their semifinal win just a couple of nights ago, so he can put up big numbers.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Smith Isaac crosses over, drives, kicks the 3. Here, Tim Harris, the junior from San Jose, gives the Eagles a 4-point lead.
I tell you, it is evident one of the concerns for me coming into this game with Arizona Christian is can they defend the arc? As Concordia has taken a shot from there at almost every possession.
Jones forces, doesn't get back. Harris with the leak out. The finger roll, no. Coke clears and pushes.
Well, it looked like he couldn't decide if he wanted to dunk that or finger roll it. He got a little confused and couldn't put it down.
Here's Block off to a very good start. Good move again. Does he get the charge? No, the block. Very close.
You know, it's one of those 50-50 calls, but because Block was so aggressive going to the basket, the official says, give it to him. This is a nice spin, but he wasn't really set. Looked like he got sandwiched.
Yes. I was just going to say, I think he got forced into that situation.
Oh, he may wake up tomorrow morning feeling a little bit stiff in the neck and lower back on that play. Because Block, he is a load when he's spinning and going to the basket. He puts his head down and charges hard.
And that's one of his patented moves. Off the inbounds, a little drive and kick. Navarre block. Back the other way. Smith gets it to go. Peter Smith, the senior from Escondido, began his career wearing actually the same colors, but of the University of San Francisco. Been a big part of their success. Ukda creates his own. Downs, the leading rebounder in the conference, grabs it. 6-point lead.
Time Ukda was able to get into the paint, couldn't finish. And now, you know, it feeds in those early shots in the shot clock, feeds into the transition buckets for the Eagles as they're pushing the basketball at every opportunity.
Good deflection, Ukda. Shot of the cannon, forces, left-handed, shot is good. Oh, you see the qualities of the young man from Detroit. To the rack with strength.
He's a player, and he went right at the big on that play, went into the arms, almost got a foul, and was able to finish.
First field goal of the game for Ukda. Long arcing three-pointer off the mark. Ukda feeling it now, slows it down.
I tell you, the Eagles of Concordia will take the 3 at every opportunity.
Block, great position, does his work early. Doesn't get the rolls, it rolls off the front of the rim. Another rebound for Downs. Arizona Christian doesn't get back again, and the left-handed layup by Simpson is good.
And what's interesting, though, is that there were players back for Arizona Christian, and they still could not stop the fast break as the transition buckets are piling up for Concordia right now.
Utka picked up his dribble. Oh, what a feed! Oh, what a fun! As he's able to beat Cornelius cutting to the rim.
Oh, that was just a great night. You know, he just thread the needle on the pass, was able to get it to him, and he finished with contact. Now you saw contact on the other end. Officials are letting him play.
The three, yep. Here we go, Michael. Alex Rudd.
I tell you, it is off to the races. And right now, the basket is very big for Concordia. They are taking every open shot from downtown they see.
Concordia on pace to score 80 tonight. Utka! Back-to-back field goals. That one from deep. And back and forth we go. Arizona Christian cuts it down to just a 4-point deficit.
Now, Alan, I got to ask you this. Are we surprised at how fast this game is? We have the number 1 and number 2 scoring teams in the GSAC, and they are filling it up right now.
Good rhythm, good flow to this ball game right now. Tough shot. Slapped up by Downs. Here's Utka. He's looking to push. A little giddy up in his step. Slows it down, shows the ball. Could find the block. Look weak side to pick up his foot. He did. Traveling call. And we hit another timeout halfway through this opening act. What a ball game we have. The automatic berth in the NAIA Basketball Championship on the line. So far, so good. Concordia, the defending national champions, up 4 early.
What started in 1986 as an organization of faith-based institutions is now one of the most successful conferences in the NAIA. 42 national championships, 100 individual national champions, over 2,400 All-Americans, 10 National Coaches of the Year, 16 National Players of the Year. This is the Golden State Athletic Conference. This is the GSAC.
I believe that there's a single thread that runs through all areas of study, and that thread is the glory of God. Though I might not personally enjoy studying math and science so much, I enjoy seeing how God's glory is proclaimed through those things, which makes it really exciting. Being at the Master's College has encouraged me to become a lifelong learner.
Every now and then, something unique happens in higher education. A place where names are known. A student body gathered in Fullerton, California from every corner of the globe. A uniquely personalized academic experience. A place where lives are transformed and where students grow into something they never thought possible. This place is where you belong. Hope International University.
Welcome back. Concordia leading Arizona Christian by 4. Just over 10 to go in this first half. And Michael, the threes started pouring in for both teams.
Well, they opened up right away with a free ball. And here you see Utka, just a nice step back. That's a tough shot from downtown. Both these teams shoot the ball extremely well. Number 1 and number 2 in the GSAC and 3-point percentage.
And you look at the season matchup, you talk about close, margin for error. Total points this season for Concordia,
and the games are very
173. Arizona Christian 172, as they each won at home, if you will, during the regular season. Here at home, Concordia 9-2, but just 7-7 in the conference. And there is some thought that they need to win to ensure that they get in.
Well, what I was going to say to you, Alan, is that the games are very low scoring between these two teams. As they are just, I mean, you need track shoes to keep up with them. I mean, it's just an exciting way to play. You know, you're up and down. You got a lot of shooters on the floor. A couple of, maybe 1 or 2 post players who can step away and knock down shots as well, too. As you see Block here making a move from outside.
Lost his footing on his patented spin move. Back the other way. Rudd, he lost the ball as he tried to spin. So each team exchanging turnovers after the last timeout.
Well, they get up and down the floor real quickly on missed or made shots as well as turnovers. Both teams.
Pretty. Nope, the bounce, not good. Nolan Abernathy clears, downs in the paint. Forces it, too strong. Strong rebound by Helms. Ukta the other way. Block, steps into that three and knocks it down.
Are you kidding me? The big fella can step away from the basket. He's pulling out his whole array of arsenal. You see him attack off the dribble, spin into the lane, rebound off the glass, and now knocking down the three.
Oh, that ends an 8-0 run. That three.
Tim Harris, I mean, he is just feeling it. He looks very comfortable taking the three ball.
5 made threes already in 9 attempts for the Eagles. Mason, strong. And
that's his second foul. That's a big foul. Looks like it's going to be his second foul. And that will take him out of the ball game. Jordan Block, that's called a shoulder. Now that's legal in hockey. But in basketball, that's a foul.
We'll have to.
But you know, he's big and he's physical. And you know, when you're setting those high pick and rolls out away from the basket, it's an easy call for the officials. When you stick that shoulder or lean out that arm or elbow.
Concordia has already played 10 players in this title game. Great acceleration. Smith was cut off the glass, and good.
Brandon Huck. That's a nice move off the dribble. He baited you with the three-pointer because you know they shoot the ball extremely well from downtown. Made a nice dribble to the right, kissed it off the glass.
The senior from Long Beach, his first bucket of this title game. Charles King, left-hand dribble, lost it for a moment. 24 on 24, top of the key.
Concordia stayed in that tough man-to-man defense, very physical. Said, hey, we don't need to go to zone. You got to shoot it ball well first.
And a little push, too aggressive. Mason Jones picked up his dribble. Excuse me, Michael. Got put into a bad spot, but Arizona Christian bailed out as they will have the ball when we come back. Concordia protecting this 6-point lead in this title game.
.34 to go in this first half. Arizona Christian down by 6 to Concordia, who's knocking down threes. Now, if you're wondering where are the alums and former coaches that have coached and have participated in the GSAC, we've had a couple of NBA players, former WNBA. We have a senator on here. And if you look down at the bottom of your screen,
the bottom is right.
We have none other than the infamous Alan Hopkins. That's my broadcast partner, folks, here, who's a sportscaster at Westmont.
Yes. Very proud alum.
That's an esteemed group that you are part of, my friend.
I tell you what, you know who else should have made that list? Chet Kammerer, a legend, been part of the Miami Heat organization the last few years. Back to action here. Arizona Christian looking to capitalize out of the timeout. And what is the call here? We'll stay here.
I tell you, I was sitting up in the stands watching the women's game. By the way, Vanguard,
Congratulations.
Yeah, they won the automatic bid and the women's championship tonight, I believe, over Westmont. And Tim Cook, the coach at San Diego Christian, was sitting up in the stands. He's very excited about the GSAC. But what I was getting at is that on that list of notable alums, along with yourself, was Swin Nader, who I played against while at San Diego State when he played for the Clippers and later coached at San Diego Christian.
And I believe the Clippers then were the San Diego Clippers?
San Diego Clippers. And I was the only player that was ever drafted as a San Diego Clipper, but never played for them because I moved up with them in their inaugural season here in Los Angeles in 1984 as a lottery pick.
You were part of that original Lob City team, I believe.
Yeah, the Lob. and also the All-Pro team as well. I had a nice shiny afro. Let's just leave it at that.
So Arizona Christian hanging around. It's been an up and down start. They haven't shot the ball particularly well. And that last time out, just 36% from the floor compared to 47% for Concordia. Ukta! Glass City has a couple of words as well on the way back for Frazier. And we get a foul as well, I believe, going against Concordia. Ukta knocks down his second three.
And that time the officials caught a little extra drawing on the play. Well, actually, it's going to review and make sure that Ukta's shot was a three-pointer. And this is just good officiating as they are over at the monitor table at half court here to verify that.
Here it is. It is the white line. And this is the same look that our officials are looking at. Hard for me to tell from right there.
Well, that's a tough call.
I don't know if that's indisputable evidence to overturn it. Jeff Rutter, first-year head coach, but he knows the lay of the land in this conference as well as anyone. A longtime assistant at former GSAC member Azusa Pacific, who've now moved on to the NCAA level, and was also at Cal Baptist, who's also made a similar move. I think this is a better look at it.
It looks tough to call, and they're going to call it a three-pointer. So Ukta gets his second three-pointer of the game. And that knocks that lead down to just a one-possession game now.
And Ukta now has 8.
I'm wondering which team is going to get into a man-to-man defense, a zone defense, to try to cut down on some of this hot shooting from the outside.
Turnover for Concordia. 5 and no good there that time. Checking into the game, Paul King, junior from Pasadena.
I tell you, try to figure out, the tempo of this game. It changes. I tell you, one minute you see Concordia knocking down back-to-back threes, and we have a guy like Ukta who can do just that.
Unlucky.
I tell you, no lead is safe at all with excellent three-point shooting teams, as both these teams are.
Ken Hammond wants a timeout here. Looks to be a 30-second timeout, and we're going to stay here. As Concordia, this three-point lead gives us a chance to look at the profile of Arizona Christian. Only the third time they've won 20 games in a season. Saw the graphic when we came back from our last break. Paul Westphal was the head coach then. And what a great opportunity this school has had to join the conference, and they've done very well in their first year, finished third in the regular season, and they are the smallest member of the Golden State Athletic Conference, but they have just as many athletic programs as anyone else, and of course they also have I assume the largest travel budget, having to travel the furthest of all the schools in the conference.
And how about them being #1 in the GSAC in free throw percentage, and they're second in scoring at 80 points a game, and against one of the #1 defensive team, Hope International, who holds their opponents to 60 points a game. They scored 84, 34 points above that.
A wild attempt is good by King. And Arizona Christian are within one. Have a nice contingent here.
That's just a good, nice drive to the bucket to finish. Once again, the patience here in the half-court set by Concordia, not settling for all those outside shots, as Tim Harris just says, hey, we don't have to settle when you got a slasher penetrator like myself. He finishes in the paint.
Harris has 10. He's been very good. Junior from San Jose. Concordia sticking to this man-to-man. It's a rugged man-to-man defense. Three is good. Charles King, a little spark off the bench. And some jawing here. And a tee both ways. As it looks like Harris gets the technical for Concordia. And I believe it is Hucks. King for Arizona Christian. Let's sort it out.
Well, that time Charles King had got called initially for the technical foul. And then there was some more jawing, believe it or not, in front of the official from one of the Concordia players. He got called for a technical. So not very smart there by the Eagles, as they will negate both of the technicals. And it should be Concordia's basketball.
And it looks like we're going to have a sidebar. 17 foul for the Eagles, first personal.
So they did call one on Tim Harris.
Yep, after the fact.
Of Concordia. You see right here, he knocks down a big three-pointer right
Deep
here.
one, too.
Charles King. As he's backpedaling, he looks him in the face, but that's not the technical. Right here, he looks back. He's jawing. He can hear him right in front of the official. He calls that. He calls it right away. I mean, he's looking at him. Didn't really say anything there, but
yeah,
the
but
official,
you know, you're a dad, Michael. You know when your kids say something under their breath and you hear them as they're walking away. I think that was the case there.
And that's just saying, all right, we're going to let this here be about the game.
That's right.
And not about tempers.
Here's a potential leak out. Oh, overthrown. Cornelius couldn't hang on to it, hurt footsteps. Meanwhile, we're tied at 27, Michael.
That time he had Butterfingers. He hit him right in the hands. He
Good post pattern, right?
Yeah, he was trying to finish before he caught it. You know,
tried to tap those toes in the back of the end zone. It's another turnover for Arizona Christian. Of course, the visitors, but the home team as the number 3 seed in this tournament. Concordia here at home, the 4 seed. Swing out and kick. Frazier, no. Frazier's had some good looks, but only knocked down the 1-3 early. Koch pushes it, blocked back in. Under control, the floater. Bounce off the front rim and good.
I tell you, Jordan Block, I really like his game. You know, he has the total package, can knock down a 3. He's hit one already, can penetrate off the dribble, and here finishing in the lane.
9 for Block, giving Arizona Christian their first lead. It's short-lived. As Concordia ties at 29. Turnover. Ukta gives it up. Strong. Peter Smith. The senior leaving it all on the floor, Michael.
Well, it's not that often you'll see Ukta get the ball taken from him. He had his pockets picked in the backcourt and was able to finish.
Ukta out of control. He gains his balance and composure.
Well, Peter Smith just got in the game. You want to impress the coach? Get a steal and score. He did just that.
Pretty move. Short though. Good rebound by Downs. The conference's leading rebounder. Here's Smith. Thought about taking it himself.
Well, Dakota Downs
will run a nice set.
Excuse me, Alan, but Dakota has been relatively quiet. He got a rebound just now, but has been pretty quiet in this game. Averaging 16 points a game, had 24 points in the last semifinal win over Hope International, just 2 on the night.
Long 3, no. Tip, Downs gets the loose ball, going to work. The reverse is good. Why don't you, Michael?
Well, just when you say he's quiet, he wakes up, gets a big offensive rebound.
Well, just like that, Arizona Christian took the lead. Concordia answers back. Good position and feed. Arizona Christian answer back. Jackson Helms. on the fundamental play.
I like the low post action. The bigs can only hold that position for so long. They got the ball to him right on time. He was able to finish with no pressure.
Get a foul here off the ball. We're going to break. Back and forth we go. Concordia with a 2-point lead. And finally getting some contribution from their all-GSAC performer, Dakota Downs.
For followers of Christ, it's important to think biblically about everything. That's why Biola University makes God's Word a vital part of your education, while also giving you an academic foundation that consistently ranks among the nation's best. As one of the world's largest and most innovative Christian universities, Biola offers the education you need for a successful and meaningful career, preparing you to live, work, serve, and think for Christ, wherever He's called you. Biola University. Think biblically about everything.
There's more to life than what we see. Now is the time to go beyond the expected, to open the next chapter of your story, to discover a reality where faith comes to life in every equation, every performance, every game, in every moment. To go beyond academics, creating opportunities you never thought possible. Your story matters. Where will it take you next?
We are back in Concordia, getting contributions from everyone. Backcourt mates Rudd and Smith there, giving Concordia the advantage here. And then Downs, good work staying active, Michael. And then good awareness there on the reverse.
Well, he was really active with his body, active with his hand. Didn't get caught watching the paint dry. Got a little gimme free-me there where the ball got tapped his way, but he still had to work to get to the basket and finish with the reverse layup.
Concordia shooting 50% from the field here in half number one. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Abernathy. Harris checks back in after that technical foul. Downs.
There's that zone defense that we talked about, forcing him into
rebound.
a tough rebound, but
Downs slaps it across to the side. Block got a hand on it. And 2 minutes to go, and Arizona Christian can tie or take the lead.
A well-played game here so far out in this first half as the lead has seesawed back and forth.
You're right, Michael.
It looks like he will get called for the walk, as my partner said here. Big possession, but you know, it's going to come down to probably a possession game. These teams are so evenly matched, as we pointed out, and they are playing as advertised.
7th Arizona Christian turnover, just 5 for Concordia. Here in the first half, Abernathy gets the elbow. Rudd gets a screen all the way to the basket. Tried to finish, and he's fouled.
I like it when guards go to the basket strong, not settling for the outside shot. Look at here, the persistency here. Well, he saw the lane open up, and man, he went up to go flush that.
And Block gets called for the foul. Second on Block. Rudd converts the first. Block will probably sit for the rest of this one with 2 fouls. Rudd looking for his game-high 10th point. Doesn't get it. Rebound Concordia. Harris lost it, regains it. Abernathy.
Arizona Christian had done such a good job in his first half of rebounding the basketball. Last 3 or 4 possessions have not done a very good job, and now it's turning into points for Concordia.
Harris hesitates, turns it over.
That time Tim Harris tried to make a nice little spin move, lost his balance, walk with the basketball. Another opportunity for Arizona Christian.
Looked like the chair got pulled out from underneath him. Hooked up. Cross midcourt. Abernathy pounding him out top. Abernathy got away with a little push. Long three, hard off the glass. Great hands. Helms gets it to go.
I thought he got away with a double dribble, but the officials, hey, they know their business. He got away with 2 points on a nice little hustle play.
1 point Concordia lead.
Both teams have been running this motion offense, as you see right here.
Down, got
Dribble
away with a
drive.
little hook.
Boy, he is just finishing. He knows that reverse layup very well, as that's back-to-back baskets that way.
Ukta, Abernathy. Ukta shakes him. And he draws the foul.
He does a good job of going into the body of Dakota Downs on that play. You see right here, boy, this is a nice step through, and then a spin back on the other side. That is tough.
Not bad defense either by Helms.
His last 2 baskets have been on a scale of 1 to 10. They have been 11s.
I like the little right elbow hook to make sure you get around the corner.
Take the contact, spin without walking with the basketball.
Ukta off the mark. Arizona Christian, 75%. Coach John Moore, Westmont College, was the Golden State Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, and deservedly so, for the #1 team throughout the course of the year. But that man earned a lot of respect this year, and his first year as a head coach turned this Arizona Christian team into a force to be reckoned with. And here they are on the cusp of an automatic berth in the 2013 NAIA National Basketball Championship Tournament. Shot clock's off. The Eagles will have the lead going in the locker room. Will it be just 2 points? Smith goes to work, turns the corner, drives, doesn't get it to go. Tapped up and out, and with 1.8, Arizona Christian will have the lead. Excuse me, the ball. See if they can do something huge here. Ukta, he's in. Off the mark, and that is how half #1 comes to an end. A back and forth affair. Sees Concordia head into the locker room at halftime with a 2-point lead and another tight contest. And Michael, we thought this game would be a dandy, and so far it has not disappointed.
Well, both teams started out shooting the 3 ball really well. I thought Arizona Christian did a good job in the first half of the first half, and rebounded the basketball. Fell off in the second. It allowed extra opportunities, and now Concordia goes into the half nursing a 2-point lead.
Don't go anywhere. Concordia on top of Arizona Christian in 2013 Golden State Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship game.
She stands in the face of evil and will not lose hope or faith. America, the land of freedom, is still the home of the brave. So raise the banner.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
Yeah.
For all those times you stood by me. For all the
And remember that.
Seatbelt. Drive safe. Call when I get there.
For all the joy you brought to my life.
I love you.
For every dream you made come true. For all the love I found in you.
I love you too, Daddy.
You're the one who saw me through.
And thanks for everything.
My strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. Halftime of the 2013 Golden State Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship game. I'm now joined by the commissioner of the Golden State Athletic Conference, Mike Daniels. And first of all, how's it going? Less than a year on the job. How would you describe the first few months?
Very enjoyable. I like these group of schools. Good group, as you know, the mission that they hold, all of them together. It's a fun group to work with. We've had some success, national championships in the fall. So it's been fun so far.
What are some of the things and some of the messages you really want the people to know about the fine tradition and the heritage the Golden State Athletic Conference offers?
I think the most important thing is that they're Christ-centered institutions. Lots of faith-based student-athletes that go here. It's not just about being an athlete at these schools. It's about what their purpose is in life and how Christ is involved in their life. That's number one. Number two is we've had a lot of success. Like I mentioned, the national championship in women's volleyball from Concordia. We had a national champion in men's cross country. We have successful programs, 42 national championships overall, and the public doesn't normally know about that, and that's huge for them to know.
What are some of the challenges that you face and the sort of atmosphere of college athletics now and the point of differentiation that the GSAC conference is in the landscape and the opportunities these student athletes have to compete in a really unique environment?
It's very similar to what you see in NCAA or any NAIA conferences. What the difference is the Christ-based student athlete. We're one of two conferences that have those missions. We're small schools. That's what NAIA is built upon. We have the Champions of Character program. So when these student athletes are here in school, they're also trying to show the Champions of Character, which is integrity, responsibility, respect. They're trying to instill those in the community. And so it's more about what they're going to do for their purpose of life later on than what they're actually doing at school right now.
You mentioned championship. Of course, Concordia defending national champions on the men's side. Handicap, if you will, the opportunity that GSAC has to get how many teams you believe in the tournament?
Well, we hope 4. These 4 teams have been solid all year long. This is a 3 versus 4. The 1 and 2 are very solid with Westmont and Hope International. So the winner of this game is going to get the automatic, and then we hope we get that other team in. One of these teams might get left out, but we're hoping for 4 this year.
Well, Mike, congratulations. You're doing a fantastic job. The conference is better for the work that you're putting in. Congratulations and best of luck down the road.
Thank you, Alan.
Stay with us. More from halftime coming up. The 2013 GSAC Men's Basketball Championship game.
Come to Santa Barbara and visit Westmont College.
At Westmont, we follow Jesus Christ.
That's why we study the smallest things.
And keep an eye on the big picture.
It's why we push each other to excel academically.
In the arts.
On the playing field.
And in life.
At Westmont, we learn from stellar scholars.
And study and travel throughout the world.
Because Christ holds first place in everything we do, we look forward to welcoming you to Westmont College.
I'm a senior at Concordia University Irvine. Concordia is about discovery. Discovering what your interests are and what you're passionate about. It's about developing the skills you need. It's about pursuing what you love and helping you turn your vision into a reality. My name is David Dargitz, and I found my gifts at Concordia University.
What started in 1986 as an organization of faith-based institutions is now one of the most successful conferences in the NAIA. 42 national championships, 100 individual national champions, over 2,400 All-Americans, 10 National Coaches of the Year, 16 National Players of the Year. This is the Golden State Athletic Conference. This
more I search for my significance, seems the more I disappear. And I wonder, have I made a difference in anybody's life since I've been here? But I can hear your laughter, it's the sweetest sound I've ever known. I don't know how love happens, but I know I'm not alone. And I still have faith in you.
Devotion. Pass it on.
Welcome back. The regular season contest between these two were extremely close. Arizona Christian won the first meeting by 2. Concordia won the second by 3 in overtime. No surprise here as we welcome inside CU Arena on the campus of Concordia University Irvine. That is just a 2-point lead at halftime. Alan Hopkins, Michael Cage, and we knew it'd be a good contest. We knew it'd be tight. So far, so good.
Well, it has been. I thought Tim Harris has been outstanding for Concordia with 10 points, getting them in a variety of different ways. But also, I thought Jordan did a very good job also for Arizona Christian. And just getting to the basket, he knocked down a 3. So you had 2 guys establish their offense right away, and it's just been a track meet from there on.
Let's take a look at some of those events in that track meet in half number 1. And it took a while for Ukta and company to get going, and that's good because Jordan Block really did step up early.
Well, I thought the transition buckets were huge. You see here, right? I mean, he is tough to keep in front of him as he finishes here. A step back transition 3. Are you kidding me? Yes, he did it. And then, Jordan Block, I thought he established himself, got in a little foul trouble. But then again, you had the subs come in. I thought they were huge, knocking down 3s. You see Harris here facilitating over to the basketball and getting a nice little open 3 from the corner by Alex Rudd. Then again, Harris just comfortably knocking down the 3. And that was number 3 of 3 different ways he scored off the dribble and then getting into the lane, offensive rebounds, and they're knocking down the 3.
JP Sloboda in the truck doing a fantastic job there. You look at some of the numbers, Arizona Christian, one of the top rebounding teams, only +4. That's pretty good if you're Concordia hanging around, particularly how you've gotten beat on the glass offensively.
And that was a concern of mine coming to this game tonight by Concordia. Can they keep Arizona Christian off the glass? They did a pretty good job. Arizona Christian only had 9 offensive rebounds, but they only scored 6 points.
We got the halftime happenings out of the way. When we come back after this break, we'll have the second half of the 2013 GSAC men's basketball title game. Concordia halfway there to defending national champions, lead by 2 over the upstarts from Arizona Christian.
I believe that there's a single thread that runs through all areas of study, and that thread is the glory of God. Though I might not personally enjoy studying math and science so much, I enjoy seeing how God's glory is proclaimed through those things, which makes it really exciting. Being at the Master's College has encouraged me to become a lifelong learner.
Every now and then, something unique happens in higher education. A place where names are known. A student body gathered in Fullerton, California from every corner of the globe. A uniquely personalized academic experience. A place where lives are transformed and where students grow into something they never thought possible. This place is where you belong. Hope International University.